Thanks for tuning in to this video. If you are joining me for the first time, I'm Lisa, and on this channel I share budget-friendly, thrifty ideas on how to beautify your home for little or no money. So, thanks guys for tuning in, and if you're a returning viewer, thank you so very much for coming back. I hope this video was worth your while. I hope you get some really good ideas on how to refresh your space shopping in your home. So here we go, guys. So guys, I am going to give you a walkthrough of this bedroom and then highlight some of the thrifty finds as well as the DIY projects done in here. So if we start off in this wall here, this is my throw ladder. So it was out in my living room, and I recently moved it in here. And this ladder I featured on my very first YouTube video. This was a headboard of my daughter's when she was in elementary school. And I'll lift it up so you can see what it looks like. And this was in my garage back in January. And, well, it's been in my garage. But back in January, I was doing some decluttering. And I found it. And I was going to put it out on the curb. And then I thought, I need a throw ladder. And I was going to make one. And here this is, I can transform this into one. And so my son helped me cut off the edges, and it was already white. So I think I just painted like the top with some white paint that I had, and that's it, guys. It's been in my living room space this whole time since January, and I recently moved it in here. And then I have this yellow and cream color throw that I got well over 7 years ago, and I believe it was at TJ Maxx that I picked that up. And it's got a tint of yellow, kind of I call it sunflower yellow, and that's the pop of color amongst all the neutrals that I have in this space. The windows, so back in the spring, I painted the frames of these windows along with the trims in here, and I used paint that I already had on hand. And originally it was a brown, like that medium brown stain, and I just wanted to refresh the space. So I decided to paint the trims and the window frames white. This nightstand, so this was a dresser that I picked up from the Restore probably 6-ish years ago. And I had painted it white and used it in various rooms in my home. And recently I repainted it this warm kind of off-white color. And the knobs, so originally it had 2 knobs on each of the drawers, like towards the end. And I just used some wood filler, and covered up the hole, sanded it down, and then painted over it. And then I made some new holes. And I just wanted one this time. Actually, I just had enough of knobs to do one knob on each of the drawers. So I didn't really take a measure. I just eyeballed it. And so it's not perfect, but it will do. So I'm using this as my nightstand. And then the lamp was thrifted, and I got the shade. I think I picked up the shade at Ross for probably less than $10. And then this plant is one of my spider plants that I have, and I had it out in another room. Actually, I had it outside for the summer, and I recently bought it in, and it's gonna stay here for some time. This is most of the plants that I have indoors are air purifying plants, so they're practical. They have a practical reason beyond just decorative, but I do like to decorate quite a bit with my indoor plants. If we move over here, this headboard I picked up 7-ish or 8 years ago, and I had purchased it from Wayfair. So it was a clearance sale that they were having, and it was originally a gray, a light gray color. And since then, I've recovered it with some fabric that I picked up, upholstery fabric that I picked up at either Joann's or Hancock when they were opened, and I recovered the headboards. So I did this headboard some years ago, probably a few months after I got it, because I had changed my color in my bedroom, and so this color went a lot better with it. And then the throw pillows. So these throw pillows here, these ones with the patterns, it's throw pillows that I had before, and I just had used fabric that I had on hand and recovered it. So this brown pillowcase is something that I made. So I made a few of them some years ago, and it just it's the faux silk fabric, and I use it to sleep on as well as my daughter, because it helps with the friction when we're laying down to sleep at nights, and our hair. So it's practical. And then the next pillow just has the sham that came with the comforter set. This yellow pillow, I think this came from either Ross or TJ Maxx some years ago, and it's what I call my sunflower yellow. And so that's the pop of color again that I'm using in this space. And then the bedding came from Walmart. It's that rich, dark chocolate color that I like to use in the fall. It just adds warmth to this space. Up on top, so these 4 frames, those were thrifted, and I think they originally came from Kirkland's. I got those a few years ago. I had it up here in the spring and summer, and I kept it here because it had that pop of yellow in there. So I might change it out as the winter approaches. I may switch it out for something else. Then if we come over to this corner, so I have this laundry basket that I picked up from the Restore some weeks ago, and it was a really neat find. It's got that woven pattern that I really like, and it was only $6, guys. And then over here, this dresser was another thrifted find. I think I paid maybe about $50 or $45 for this a few years ago from the Restore, and I just switched out the knobs on there with the knobs that I already had in my collection. And then on the top of the dresser, I have my Amore sign. So this piece was on my mantle for a year-ish, and I recently moved it in here because I got something else to put up on my mantle in my living room. I will link my last video down below so you can see what I switched out this sign for. This vase was also thrifted, and the eucalyptic I got from Hobby Lobby some time ago. I'm gonna shift up here to the shelf. So I put in the shelf a few weeks ago just because I thought it needed something in that on that wall. And the vase was also thrifted, and then I have some more eucalyptic up there that I had also gotten from Hobby Lobby. So I think I picked up 2 bunches of it from Hobby Lobby some time back. And then over here, I just have a faux plant that was thrifted some years ago, and this plant lives in different rooms in my home, and it also lives in my garage sometime when I can't figure out where I want to put it in my home. This black and white pattern chair I picked up from Ross a few years ago when I was doing a black and white and gray. And I probably picked it up around the same time I picked up the headboard. So guys, there's one more area of this room that I wanted to show. And it's this corner right here. So this desk was also thrifted from the Restore. It was white at one point, and I repainted it the same paint that I used for the other 2 dressers, and I switched out the knob so it matches the dressers as well. And here I just have some accessories and limited like makeup. I'm not a big makeup person, but ever so often if I have like a formal function or something like that, I would put it on. So I just have it sitting here. This cork board was something that I did over the summer. So the board was in my son's room for probably most of his junior high school years. Just kind of help him organize, and then it lived in my garage for some time, and I was decluttering and I found it and I was gonna get rid of it, and I thought, I could probably use it up here to organize my accessories, and I did. So I hung it up here, and then I just used some, I think it's like an 1.25 inch nails, and I just put it throughout the board, and that's what I'm hanging my accessories on. And one of the main reasons I did this is because I had it sitting in a clear container, a little bit bigger than this one, for quite some time. But then when I'm getting ready in the morning, then I have to like go through it, and that takes a little bit more time. So I thought if I displayed it up here, then it's easier for me to see once I am getting ready in the morning and I grab my clothes in my closet. I can just come over here, and it's easy for me to see what I want to wear with what I have on. So guys, I am really happy that I did not get rid of this board. It was originally a thrifted item, and I made it work here. So guys, this is it for my bedroom and what I did in this space recently to just refresh it and to also make it practical. I hope this inspires you to work with what you got and to look around your home and see how you can use things that you already have to refresh a space. The doors to my closet, it was that medium brown stain as well, and I used some of the same paint that I used for my dresser and my desk to paint over it, and it was already paint that I had on hand, and I think I mixed like some light blue paint with dark brown and like a tan color to come up with this khaki color. So again, it was all paint that I already had in my collection, and I just used what I had to get what I wanted. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please, if you would consider subscribing, also comment and like this video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.